Joe could also sit down with the Human Resources Department to revise or rewrite the current policy. If this was completed, a list. If this was,
I think it makes sense, but you would read it. If this was completed, a list of rules would be published. Yeah. So see how in that instance you need the comma for it to make sense.
A list of rules will be published to each employee. How about concerning fair practice and proper sewing techniques?
This was completed. A list of rules would be published
to each employee.
Including. Is that what you said?
No, concerning.
Concerning.
Instead of fair practice.
Yeah, yeah. I think that will work better. And then we'll read it just to make sure.
There we go. If this was completed, a list of rules would be published to each employee concerning fair practice and proper sewing techniques.
Okay, and maybe, what about this word too? Does that sound?
Would be published.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going off what you're thinking. It would be distributed to all employees and would clear up any confusion about kickbacks, commissions, and sales costs. This might be the most time consuming. Okay. This might be the most time consuming and might not be able to be put into immediate effect.
Okay.
Does that sound good or should I split? Okay.
Yeah.
My decision. One of the best political and ethical decisions Joe could make would be a combination of two possibilities. The first would be to sit down with each employee to conduct a review, and the other to speak with Human Resources to revise the policy. Both of these two decisions will result in an informed sales team who will know at all times how Alcon expects them to perform.
The only thing I would suggest, this sentence is a little bit long.
Mm-hmm.
The first would be to sit down with each employee to conduct a review.
Mm-hmm. And then
maybe, or, yeah. There you go. Okay. That way you kind of get each one instead of
should this be the other is, or would be, or
yeah, yeah.
would be?
Yeah. Or the other option would be, I think you need the word like option or
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
And the rest is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna email you your grade later.
Doesn't work that way.
When conducting a review with each of his employees, he should be able to use a question and answer format.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay. You read the word of, but that's this. Yeah.
That's an O right there. You see that?
There you go. Okay, so go ahead.
Stating with open-ended questions. Stating with open-ended questions to allow. How about there should be an R. Starting with open-ended questions to allow the worker to reveal or discuss what methods work best for him. Should it be him or her or him/her?
I usually do the slash.
Okay.
But you could do either
It means
one.
the exact same, right?
Right.
But just consistency is best.
Right. And then this this sentence, starting with open-ended questions to allow the worker to reveal or discuss what methods work best for him or her. I'm not sure if that's a complete sentence either. So, when conducting a review with each of his employees, you might even, yeah, he should be able to use question and answer format. Maybe say, Joseph should start with open-ended questions. Yeah. Because you want to see who's actually doing the action there.
Okay. At this time, Joe may be able to recognize illegal practices and address it right away.
And then if you change this to practices, at this time, Joe may be able to recognize illegal practices and address it right away.
Then, to drive you crazy to have to hold back instead of just, that's how you do it.
No.
It does.
I've got a lot of practice now.
I am very direct. You will do. With that, Joe should get a better feel of how his sales team functions and who the leaders are, as well as why.
Okay.
Good? Mm-hmm. Yes. I was worried about that.
As well as why. Yeah, I mean, you could continue that as well as why they perform the actions that they do, but I think that
I'm using the assumption process with that sentence.
yeah, right. Well, and I mean you can, because with that, Joe should get a better feel for how his sales team functions and who the leaders are, as well as why they are the leaders. What you mean, right?
No.
Okay. Well, what do you mean?
I mean why it functions the way it does.
Why the team functions.
Yes.
With that, Joe should get a
So
better
I
feel
need to move that.
for how his sales team functions. Yeah. Or, I mean, you could even make this into a list. With that, Joe should get a better feel for how his sales team functions, who the leaders are, and get rid of the and then comma, and why, and then you could explain them why.
That's not right, is it? Can you miss it? It's like
You're not generally supposed to, so maybe, and why it functions the way it does. Why his team functions the way it does.
What about how and why his sales team functions, as well as who the leaders are?
Yeah. That sounds good.
I know it's pencil, but it's okay. It looks more fun that way.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, Joe should get a better feel for how and why his sales team functions the way it does, as well as who the leaders are.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
We did a lot of changing on that one.
Yeah. And ending the sentence with "are" is a little bit, but I think it's okay.
What if we put who are the leaders? No, that wouldn't sound right.
With that, Joe should get a better feel for how and why his sales team functions.
The way it does, as well as who the leaders.
Or and an idea of which team members are the leaders.
I don't like using and twice. We can't do that.
And why his sales team functions the way it does, as well as, yeah, you could use as well as which team members are the leaders.
You know what we're doing? We're going to type this one.
Okay.
Because we're going to forget that.
Oh, like right into the paper? Yeah. That's the thing with revising. Sometimes it gets so
We're getting a
messy,
little out of control.
you can't.